Well, good afternoon. Sometimes life has to change. And I think it's just amazing how things tend to work out. Um, Long story short, I was just informed that after 26 months of working at the most incredible job, and by no fault of my own, I haven't done anything wrong, I'm losing my job. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. Even my boss tried really hard. At some point soon, I will tell you what it was I do for a living. But until I'm officially and effectively unemployed from where I'm employed currently, I can't talk about it. But needless to say, the program that I work within is ending. And I realize it's not even the monetary issue or anything like that. I'm not worried about that. But I realized what I'm feeling is heartbroken. And my poor boss looked like he was ready to cry just talking to me. I did cry. I was so sad. But it's really cool because he said that if a position opened up within the company again, that he would call me. So I thought that was awesome because I'm really good at what I do. I so love my job. If you get a job, find one you love so much you do it for free. What I do, I would literally do it for free. It is amazing. But I found out today that I've got about another week, 2 weeks tops. And I'm going to be changing positions. He has already found me. My boss found me another position. I just love that so much. And he's going to write me a raving review because I'm super good at what I do. And I'm good at it because I love it. Um, and so my life is changing. And this week I suffered an incredible loss. I lost a member of my family, hopefully just temporarily, but not a good situation. Anyway, I get the whole don't say so all those things that my head is going 90 miles an hour right now. But I always keep you guys updated on what's happening in my life. But I'm going to be hopefully getting the other job. I am fully qualified, and from what I understand, they have a hard time finding people with my certification. So that's going to be really amazing. And if not, God will provide something else. But I'm going to miss what I do a lot. I'm going to miss it a lot because it's so important to me. And the people I work with are so important to me. And it just came as an absolute shock to everybody. So no warning, things like this happen. But I've been there for 26 months, and stuff happens. So whilst I started my day looking at a squad full of gulls in a backfield, I ended my day with just ready to bawl my eyes out and realizing that I'm not even upset about the loss. I'm heartbroken because what I do is so important. And anyway, it's just one of those things. But today is going to be a really amazing day. And I've taken up kind of a fun little side hobby that if I just need something to do for 15 or 20 minutes. Have you guys ever heard of zines? They're like little tiny, I don't know, one sheet of paper folds down into tiny little, yeah, I write on my hands, um, little thing. It's called a zine. And they're a lot of fun. There's videos about them all over online. But I found them to be really useful, and they're nice when you just need something to tuck into your pocket to write on, or you can create something to share. I've made about a dozen of them so far, but they're really fun. But it was ironic because today, before I left work, I was writing down some ideas and some of the things I was typing, and I didn't expect that what I was writing about would actually be the end of my day. So I think I'm going to go ahead and make a zine about that. So I debated sharing my zines. It's something that's just fun for me, but I love to give them away. I like to leave them in strange places for people to find. They have some really fun stuff in them. I even made one that's full of robots. I made one full of fairies. But I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll start a web page and sell them. Who knows? But people all over the internet market them, sell them. They're kind of cool. But it's really bizarre because I have been trying to start another company aside from this, and I just have felt like there's something going on. I knew for the last several weeks I just had something in my heart that just said something's about to change, something is wrong, something's, and I just couldn't put my finger out, but I felt such an urgency to get my schoolwork done, to do my work, to get my certifications cleared. I've got a load of certifications already, but these ones are different. and I've been in school to get them. And so now there's just this intense urgency because I really feel like I need to start the company that I was going to start early. Um, one of the things that I do is counseling and coaching. And I don't really talk about that a lot because I just kind of help whoever needs it. But I'm thinking maybe I need to turn it into an actual business instead of just being sought out randomly, because it's kind of hot, just randomness. So I do that. I do public speaking. I do all kinds of things, but I just have never really engaged it in an actual solid format as a business. I just get sought out and people ask, can you help me? Or no, you can't help me. Or, what do you charge to help me? And because it is a job. And so I do it. But that's not the same thing entirely that I do at the job that I actually have been doing for the last 26 months. But I don't know. Life is changing. God is changing things. And I've had a couple of really bizarre dreams and I couldn't understand what they meant. So I kind of looked them up and did some digging. Come to find out, change was coming and I'm on the right path. What I'm doing, I know that I'm on the right path for what I'm doing. And I just pray about it and I seek God for it. And I know that what I'm doing is going to be on the right path. And I just thought it was really cool because my boss, he actually found the position that I'm applying for. And he's like, if I were you, he would never actually tell me to do this. He goes, but if I were you, I would do this. And I told him that regardless of wherever I worked, if the position came open again where I was and they restarted the program, I said, call me because wherever I'm at, I will come back. I love my job so much. And at some point I'll get to tell you about the job that I do. But the next job I'm walking into is um, basically sort of the same thing, just a little bit different. And it's not in the same type of environment. So that the rules are going to change. The way I get to dress is going to change. I wear men's cargo pants and loose clothes and these fluffy sweaters all the time. But this is going to give me the opportunity to change, get to wear nicer clothes. I have a whole wardrobe downstairs. I almost, not even kidding you, I was about to go through it and get rid of it because I didn't think I'd ever wear it again. And kind of glad I didn't do that because it appears that I'm probably going to need it. So I have 3 closets and each one is themed for different things. And I have one that's for this job where I'm only allowed to show from here up and from here to here. So you have to be relatively covered and you downplay the femininity of how you're dressed if you're a woman. But don't worry, it's not a sexist thing, it's a security thing, and believe me, it's necessary. So it's just life is changing for me, and I spent a good part of this week crying, and I told my boss I just couldn't cry anymore, and then I burst into tears in his office and I'm like, I am so angry, and he goes, I know, I'm so angry too. And so, but God makes things happen. And my boss, he's a Christian and he's a praying Christian and he's this incredible human being and the whole staff there so incredible. But I don't work in the main office. I've been working in a whole different place away from them because what I do is different, but it's the same. And I really wish this is so confusing. I'm so sorry. At some point I will explain, but for now, just suffice it to say that I'm losing a job that I love. I feel like a piece of my heart has been ripped out, but I'm also trusting God to fill that. And I'm going to apply for the job that my boss has sought out for me. And he's worked there before, a way long time ago. But I trust him and I trust that he has my best interest at heart. I'm going to trust that God is going to give me the same pay that I'm leaving with because I make fairly okay money. Fairly decent money, and I've worked really hard to have that. I'm going to finish the schooling. I have some state testing I have to take in the next year, and I'm going to keep doing it. I'm just going to keep doing the thing and keep doing what I do. And God's just going to keep opening doors, and I'm just going to trust him for that. But I just wanted to say that if you could be praying for me, life has been really, really stressful in my home. My family is okay, but we're experiencing some things that are just really stressful. My husband's about to undergo surgery. I now have to change jobs after I thought that I had a career that was going to last me the rest of my life, but it didn't quite work out that way. So I think I might do that. Maybe I'll make a couple zine videos. I want to get back to my dollhouse videos too. I just haven't had a lot of time because that takes an incredible chunk of time. But I've done things like make robots and work on the dollhouse and stuff like that. But lots of things I want to do. Life is shifting, and so I just could use some prayers for a healthy little bit less stress shift. And I pray for you guys every day. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching my silly rambles and my videos. I hope you guys like the goal squad this morning. I made a little short, so if you haven't seen it, go watch that. It was really cute. There's just dozens and dozens of seagulls out into the field, and it's just, so yeah, squad goals. But they're cool. But when they're that far inland, there's a little bit of a storm maybe happening or whatever, but it brightened up. It's pretty sunny out there right now, but it took several hours to do that. So it's been a nice day. All in all, I don't fear financial loss. I don't fear any negative repercussions. I'm genuinely heartbroken because I truly, truly love where I worked and I love the people, but they're discontinuing the program. So it's, unfortunately, I was the one holding that program together, and I don't have that much say that I can say, oh no, you're not shutting it down. But it just is what it is, and God's going to work and put me on the path he wants me next. But loads of things going on. Super excited. And I hope that whatever you're doing, find something you love, man, because if you have a job that you would literally do for free, if you could afford it, and still go to work every morning. I get up at 4:30 in the morning. I'm an early riser because I have to be there by 6. But if you can find a job like that, take it, do it. Because if you have that much joy and that much love for what you're doing, then you're in the right place. Let God place you where you need to be. And if you're not making the amount of money that you want to make, just trust God for the provision. I've always gone with that, and I've never gone without. I've had a couple of rough moments, but I've never starved to death, and I've always had a roof over my head. So I don't worry about it. But I am working on some other things. I will be probably starting my own company again. I used to own my own company before. Um, and I'll probably get more into that later. But it's been a day. It's been a day. And this is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. And I will see you on the next.